there's never been. Maybe it's just because these guys get old, but a lot of guys over time, as their careers start reaching their twilight, I start changing the way I feel about them as a player. Whether that's
Yeah.
James Harden, whether that's Steph Curry, whether it's even Draymond Green, whether it's Chris Paul, like all these guys who I hated in their prime, as they
Right.
start reaching the twilight of their career, I really started looking at them differently. And nobody has done that for me more than Kevin Durant. Just appreciating the legacy of his career. You're talking about, bro, one of the greatest scorers, probably the most diverse scorer of all time. I had this conversation with a guy who was like, "Man, Michael Jordan was the greatest scorer of all time." Like, bro, I'm not having this Michael Jordan because the Michael Jordan conversations are so goofy, bro. Like, you can think somebody's the greatest, and I think they're the greatest in everything. Like Michael Jordan was, of course, one of the greatest scorers of all time, but Michael Jordan was not the guy who could pull up from anywhere on the court.
No.
Kevin Durant
No.
is. He could not do those things, right? That was not part of Michael Jordan's game. Kevin Durant is probably the most diverse scorer who can get to score any way he wants to on the court. His height, his ability to make shots from three, his mid-range game, his floater's ability to get to the basket, all those things. Kevin Durant is probably the most diverse scorer, literally of all time. But watching him, especially last night, just kind of even at the age of 36, 37 years old, however old he is, to be that good still is crazy. And that shot at the end of the game is like, I'm really surprised you missed it. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
I am too.
yeah. And it kind of feels like, and we said this in the group, we've been saying this in the group chat for a few weeks. It feels like the Grizzlies and Kevin Durant are set for a collision course.
They're set
Like
for
we heard the rumors at the trade deadline about from Bob Myers and from nowhere else, literally from Bob Myers, and that's it. Nobody else talked about the Grizzlies making any deals for Kevin Durant. I don't know if that actually happened or not, but it does feel like the Grizzlies are in line to do something with Kevin Durant. I don't know where. I mean, I just feel that way, bro. I felt that way for a while. It feels like they're almost on a collision course to revisit this thing again. Because he's definitely getting out of there. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he's definitely done there. And I can't think of a player, bro, who who's this losing thing that the Phoenix Suns have been doing the last couple of years has had a weird effect on Devin Booker. Because you're talking about a
Mhm.
guy who was getting Kobe Bryant comps a few years ago.
Yes.
And no, I've seen Desmond Bane outplay him every game we played them this year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I know that people say, if this thing breaks up, like, what do you do? Do you go get KD? I don't even know what Devin Booker is these days. He's still a good player, but I don't know, bro. You're talking about a guy whose his trajectory has definitely declined over the last few years. That Phoenix team is pure ass. I don't understand why they're that ass. I know why. They don't have any role players. They don't have enough guys that can really do a lot of stuff outside of their big two or their big three.